So I want to share with you 3 things I've learned about dumping the bullshit to live a unapologetic life, that bullshit-free kind of life. Like most of you, I was raised by a family with certain values and practices and things such as that. And one of those practices was a religious system belief. And as I grew up, I started going, but this doesn't make sense to me. It didn't quite fit. But I obliged mom and dad, and I actually went all the way through my sophomore year in college in religious affiliated schools. And it was in that second year of college, I'm like, this doesn't work for me. It wasn't because I didn't believe in God and didn't believe in a higher power. It's just there were certain things that weren't working for me anymore. And I know for me at this stage of my life, it's because it didn't match my values. I didn't buy into some of the hypocrisy that I was seeing. And for me to move beyond that, I had to stop obliging somebody else's belief system. Was it easy? No. Is it easy to this day? At times, no. My parents and I, every once in a while, still don't see eye to eye on these things that they believe that I no longer believe. But in order for me to live a bullshit-free life and to lead my life unapologetically, I had to do 3 things. And I want to share those 3 things with you right now. Number 1. I had to stop this open door policy I'd gotten used to in my life. I had to stop allowing people and activities into my life that did not enhance or enrich my life. Number 2, I had to realize that I hold the permission key to let things into my life. Not only into my life, but into my thoughts, and into my worries sector, and into my woe is me sector, and my victim sector, and into my joyful sector. I hold the permission key to let things, people, and situations into my life. And number 3, under the stop the open door policy, I had to quit living my life out of obligation for all the wrong reasons. There's nothing wrong with being obliged to doing things. I love doing things for other people. But when I'm doing them for the wrong reasons, I hate myself. And I hate my life. And I'm sure some of you are sitting there going, yep, me too. So number 1, stop your open door policy. And it's not going to be easy, I'm not going to lie. But the more you start to say, you know what, that doesn't fit, then you can start to close the door little by little by little. Number 2, I want you to quit believing in things that you're not 100% bought into. And those can be values. They can be things that you're not being totally honest with yourself about. And it can be that you're turning off the switch on trusting your instinct. So values is something I think is really important to start with, because you got to check into your values regularly. What do you value? What things do you live by? Because most of the time, if something's going really crappy and there's a lot of bullshit in your life, it's because your values are out of alignment and you need to bring them back into alignment. Secondly, I'm going to encourage you to get curious and be really honest with yourself. If you are not 100% bought into something, ask yourself why. Not just why, like, well, why not? I want you to go deep. Why isn't this working for you? What would be different if it was working for you? Go down the rabbit hole with Alice, okay? Alice in Wonderland, go down that rabbit hole. Secondly, we all have our instincts. Okay, sometimes our instincts because we fart. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that in there for a little bit of humor here, but trust your instinct. Because the more you do, you'll realize it rarely turns you wrong. It doesn't take you off the path. I know my intuition and my instinct are very strong, and when I immediately like, yep, I trust you, I'm almost 100% of the time happy, content, feeling like I'm living life my way. I'm having a good life when I do that sort of stuff. And finally, the third thing I want to encourage you to do to live a bullshit-free life is to know it's more about the when than anything else. They're probably going, okay, Rick, what do you mean about the when? Has everybody heard that little phrase, who, what, where, when, why, and how? Well, you can have the who, you can have the what, you can have the why, you can have the where, and you can have the how. All those things can be lined up and ready to go. But then you can still freeze up. You can freeze up and not do it. You're not doing it when it needs to be done. Do not let the when hold you back. Do not let it hold you hostage. Because when you allow the when to get in the way, you've just wasted all your time on the who, the what, the where, the why, and the how. Secondly, Procrastinate does not equal accelerate. When you're sitting on your ass doing nothing and you're not moving forward, you are not accelerating your life towards what you want to get done. The two cannot operate together. Okay, well, maybe you can accelerate your procrastination and you just get further and further behind from doing the thing you want to do. So yes, that's when the two can work together. But in general, in a productive way, procrastination does not mean accelerating your life forward. And if you are stuck in the when, you are stuck in the bullshit of life. Everything else can be in alignment, but if you're stuck in the when, your life is swirling around you, waiting for you and waiting for you and waiting for you to do something. And that's usually when the bullshit of life starts to hit. So, the three things once again before we step into our action plan. Number one, stop the open door policy. Don't let things in that don't serve you. Number two, quit believing in the things that don't 100% line up with your values or that you can't buy into. And number three, it's more about the when than the who, the where, the what, the why, and the how. So here's what I want to invite you to do. One, pick one person or thing that you need to shut the door on, that you need to quit letting into your life, and pick that thing and do it in the next month. Number two, in order to do that, I want you to write down a list of your top 10 values. And I want you to look at them every day, and I want you to look at your values and ask, do those values align with this thing that you're allowing into your life? And then, here's the when. I want you to pick a date that you're going to resolve this situation. Whether it's I'm going to just quit corresponding with this person, I'm going to have a conversation with them, I'm not going to let this situation dominate my life. Pick a date that you're going to quote unquote, air quotes there, eliminate it from your life and stick to that date. Because that's when you have the win. So number one, pick a thing, a person, a situation that you want to eliminate. Number two, align it with your values. Look at those values every day. That's a key piece. Look at them in the morning, look at them in the evening, so that you know you're living by your values. And then pick a date that you're going to eliminate this thing. Now, if you're feeling really challenged about this and you need a little more support, I want to invite you to go to nofearsnoexcuses.com. And at that page, you are going to find a unapologetic life assessment that I've designed. Really quick little download. Take the assessment. It's going to help support you in moving this thing forward. And on that page, there are a couple other free things that you can get. In addition to that, you're going to get 3 videos in a series about how to move your life forward to live an unapologetic life. It's just my way of saying, hey, let me help you some more and to help you move things along. And I would love to be part of your life helping you do that. So again, it is No Fears, No Excuses. Got that? nofearsnoexcuses.com. Go take the unapologetic life assessment. Again, I'm Rick Clemons, the guy who believes you deserve to dump your excuses. You deserve to face your fears, and you deserve to live an unapologetic life.